going on, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with the Niner Sickness podcast show. We are going to talk some football today. We got the victory. But the question is, at what cost was that victory come by? To talk about it, I have my boy, the one and only, E-Man. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Great victory today. We're going to talk about a few points here.
Yes, we are. We definitely are. There's a lot of good things, and obviously there's a lot of bad things that occurred on this game. So we're going to focus on the positive, and we're going to mention the negative, but we're going to focus the positive. Listen, guys, we're going to have a great show. Please keep everything within perspective. Try to keep it sensible. I know there's a lot of emotions going through us. We're feeling a lot of different things. But keep it. We're going to control the narrative here on this show. We're open-minded to everything. We understand that you guys have and want to express how you feel, and we're going to take that into consideration. But don't get crazy, okay, guys? Don't get crazy on us. So let me say hello to everybody, E-Man, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome Ismael Ortiz. Welcome Martin Rodriguez. Welcome Rosilla Chavez. Welcome Christian Carver. Welcome Donald Bernal. Vera Vanilla, welcome. Brian Tomas, welcome, sir. And let's see here. Joanne, welcome to the Niners Sickness podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Well, Eric, bittersweet victory today, man. We beat the Jets 31-13, but at what cost, bro? We lost Nick Bosa for the year with an ACL. We lost Solomon Thomas for the year with an ACL. We lost Jimmy Garoppolo for at least a few weeks with a high ankle sprain. And we still don't know what's going on with Mostert and how long the extent of his injury is going to be. Take him out for.
And
how do you deal with this victory, bro?
Coleman's hurt as well. He did come back, but him and Mostert are set to have a MRI on Monday. So we'll hopefully next man mentality, though. I mean, I hope Mostert's okay. Personally, there's going to be some new faces obviously on the D line come against the Giants. I think one of those defensive ends maybe promoted up. There's talk of Ziggy, but I don't know.
No, I think we brought him in twice, bro. He hasn't got he didn't sign. I'm due with him. Donald Bernal says Mostert MCL.
They haven't confirmed anything on that.
So yeah, if there's no confirmation, just a speculation. We have to wait and see. The thing with the thing with Bosa is not confirmed either. But I think they think it's a.
You can clearly see that his knee got stepped.
Yeah, that was
It was bad. I knew as soon as that happened that his season was over. Thomas, well, him getting hurt. I mean, granted, he's an athlete or whatever, but I wasn't too upset about Solomon, to be honest with you. That means more playing time for Kimmel. Kimmel has been playing great. Hopefully we get D Ford back next week.
Yeah,
D Ford and Eric Armstead. That'll be two great points there. I mean, I don't think our season is over at this point by no means.
Yeah.
It's man up.
We don't know what to expect from D Ford with that. When you have a neck spasm like that thing can either linger or you can be fine. It's really, and not only does it affect your neck area, but it affects a lot of parts of your body, man. So it's a nasty little pain to deal with. So It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see the. I mean, we won today. We beat the. I mean, we beat a bad team, a bad coach team. But going forward, man, without our players, I mean, playing in the West Division with the Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks. What's the light of the tunnel for you, bro?
We need some help. It's not. We need, we're not writing off any wins or anything like that, but we're going to need our division rivals to drop some of these games, or we're going to be on the outside looking in come December. From the looks of it, early assessment, we'd probably be getting Jimmy back for the Seahawks game, maybe the Patriots game at the soonest. That's would be the 4 to 6 week window. We definitely need him back by Seattle.
Now, again, anything can happen on any given Sunday. The Giants lost, like you said, they lost their running back for the year, and the Eagles are playing like crap. So the next, I mean, if we have to utilize Mullins, even though we don't want to, do you feel comfortable with Mullins at least against these two teams that we're facing in the next 2 weeks?
Maybe the next 3, but I wasn't too happy with. I wouldn't. I mean, we got to have somebody that's going to be able to run the ball, and if everybody's getting dinged up, then Mostert's hurt, Coleman got hurt there, and then you seen Jeff Wilson running the ball. Even, McKinnon, I think, took a shot too, but he looked okay on that touchdown run. Everybody just getting up kind of goofy. I feel good. I feel good with the next 3 games. The Rams game is going to be the next game for me that I'm just kind of worried about as far as not having Jimmy. I think we can get off by a good defense and running the ball.
Yeah.
And there were some plays. There were some plays that were made. Against some very bad players. Kendrick Bourne kind of stepped up a little bit. So and we should be getting Debo back in this window too. I expect Kittle to miss at least next week.
Kittle should be back for the Eagles game.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of putting him too.
But according to you, he was going to play week 1.
Well, he had a setback.
I know. Those are unpredictable. You can't really.
He was looking good, and then he just kind of was running, and then started hurting, and they shut him down before it got too bad.
Yeah. Listen, guys, it's a really, for me at least, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of you, it's a bittersweet win. A win is a win. You always want to win in the NFL, but at the cost of losing Bosa, Thomas, Jimmy, Mostert, Coleman. Man, I don't know about you, Eric, but at this point I would rather be 0-2, have all our starters, than be 1-1 with everybody that went out. What's your thoughts on that, or your opinion on it?
It's hard to say. Yeah, you don't want to lose your best players, but at the same token, you're going to have injuries. This is a contact sport, so you have to make preparations. Yeah, even with COVID, they're making preparations for these players. So, like I said in one of our other shows, you just have to have the best. It used to be 53-man roster, now counting the practice squad, you got to have the best 69. You just have to have players you can stash away to stay healthy. Unfortunately for us, we've been one of the most injury-plagued teams in the last few years. I can't recall a time where we weren't. We've been terrible with conditioning and staying healthy.
No.
Even in our Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I agree. Injuries are part of the game. We are a contact sport, but I'm not really complaining about an injury here and there. But to lose 4 starters, 2 of them for the year, in your second game of the year, is tough. That's a harder pill to swallow.
It's it's really going to put more pressure on D Ford to stay healthy this year for us because
But can he
when he
though?
comes back, when he comes back from this injury, he's got to stay healthy because outside of him, there's no Bosa there, so he's going to have to step up his game. Um, I think we're going to be shopping for another pass rusher. Obviously,
But who's out there?
it's very thin.
I mean, unless we trade for someone, but to pick somebody off the streets, there's nobody. I mean, other than Ziggy Ansah, there's nobody out there really that's even worth bringing in. They can immediately make an impact.
That's what I was trying to see if there was anybody really worth going after. And even then, being thin at DB kind of worries me too because if one of those guys go down, Johnson's trash. And
Yeah, I agree. I was just reading a comment that Nathaniel made. Again, wins are wins. It's hard to get a win in the NFL. I understand that, but when you lose four players, four caliber players, especially two of them to the year. Now, I understand also that injuries are part of the game, and every team suffers injuries, and at least you have a victory in your belt. But I know the percentage is high not to make the Super Bowl or the playoffs at 0-2, but having those players available, at least you look forward playing a Rams team, looking forward playing a Saints team. Now you lose these players. Yeah, we're 1-1, but at what cost? Because we lost these players, what happens if we lose to the Giants? And let's say we lose to the Eagles. Now we're 1-3. You know what I mean? And then before we even face the Rams, Seahawks, or Cardinals again. I mean, we couldn't stop the Cardinals with a full deck of our starters. Can we do it with backups?
no, I don't think so. We just didn't have the answers for them. I mean, we may have to shift our personnel around and do different things. I mean, obviously the pass rushes wasn't working. He can get there all day on a mobile quarterback, and he'll just all it takes is one athletic move to really extend the play. I mean, there's many times where we should have had Kyler Murray down, and it just didn't happen. Versus Darnold, he looked in duress all day. Yeah, Darnold's not. To me, I don't think he's that good. He's not a great quarterback at all. I think, uh, but it. I think it didn't. I mean, this was supposed to be a confidence boosting game for us, and losing this amount of players is definitely not that great.
Not at all. I mean, it's depressing. I mean, yeah, we won soundly 31, but again, what's the cost? I mean, losing Bosa for the year. I mean, even if we lost him for a few weeks, that's an easier pill to swallow. Okay, we'll get him back, maybe for the Saints game, or we'll get him back for the Dallas game or whatever. But when he's out for the rest of the year, it's devastating. And again, I'm not trying to, I understand the injuries are part of the NFL, but it doesn't mean it hurts any less when that happens, man. I mean, we had aspirations, we had goals, we had plans of winning our division, making it back to the Super Bowl. And the reality is, at this point, forget about the Super Bowl. I don't even think we can win our division because we have a lot of hurt players, and our division is very strong, and we knew that coming in. Now we lose Bosa. Now we lose Solomon Thomas, and then we have to deal with Mullins for the next couple of weeks. Not confident at all, bro. I'm sorry. It's depressing.
I'm just going to put more pressure on our defense to perform even without those players. That and I don't know. Did Greenlaw get back on the field after
Yeah, he
that
was
hit?
fine. He was fine.
The last part of it, I really wasn't paying attention because the game was kind of over at that point.
Yeah, he was
It
fine.
was it was trash
I
time.
don't know if he came back, but he was fine.
I know that we pulled some people. I guess inside of all the people that we lost in that game, I seen that Dante was out there and Travarius Moore was out there. Um, but yeah, I mean, do you really like Martin was saying? Do you really feel confident in Mullins? And even in, I mean, who are you gonna bring in to replace Mullins for these 3, 4 games, however long he's out?
I mean,
It's
not only that, but I'm not a Mullins fan. Never have been, but at least he knows Kyle Shanahan complex system. You bring another quarterback. First, who are you going to bring in? And if you do, how long is it going to take them to learn that system? So I don't know. It's again this victory. It's a bittersweet, man. I'm not even in. Earlier today, my wife's like, "Hey, you guys are winning 31," and she was like, "Why are you so down?" I'm like, "Because, yeah, we're winning this game. You know what I mean? But we're losing the war. You know what I mean? And you lose players of the caliber of Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas. Whatever it is, I can deal with his loss. But Nick Bosa, man, that's a tough one because you can't really depend on D Ford. I'm sorry, D Ford's great when he's on the field. He's a quick pass rusher, but he has a history of injuries. If it's
I'll
not
tell you
one thing,
what.
it's another.
I liked how we used DJ Jones. And
Yeah, me too.
what about Ronald Blair?
He's
Have we heard anything about
he's
him
still
yet?
hurt. He still has a couple more weeks before he can even be eligible to come back. I would like to see Kevin Givens come in, but he's a D tackle too. So
He's a defensive
yeah,
tackle,
he's a
so
D
he'll probably
tackle.
play inside.
We don't need inside. We need outside help.
Yeah. Everson Griffin plays for Dallas. Donald. He
Yeah,
got
he's
sacked
already
today.
taken. Yeah. What were your thoughts on Hyder Junior?
Eh, I don't know. I wouldn't really. My focus was more on. I mean, I was kind of watching the outsides. I liked the pressure. I liked how Armstead came, how he got along today, and how DJ Jones kicked outside and he was playing great. Um, so that I mean that is a bright spot. It's not Nick Bosa, but it just puts a lot more pressure on Armstead and the other guys to kind of step up. So like on defense, I don't. Our season's not over on defense. Yeah, Nick Bosa is a great, irreplaceable player, but we have depth. That just means we lose a lot of that depth. We just have to stay healthy here on out. We can't afford to take any more injuries to any of our players.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's. I mean, we gotta continue to move forward. We gotta continue to build off of what we have. I mean, it's the next man up. The coaches are going to have to go back to the drawing board and coach and game plan to utilize the players that we do have. I love the way. I mean, let's look at some positives to kind of get out of this slump of this gloomy feeling.
Okay.
Positives, positives, guys. Is Jared McKinnon look good? Very
Jed
good.
looked great.
You know what I mean? So for all you people that wanted to get rid of him, I'm glad he did not go because we will be seeing this kind of play on another team and we would have been pissed. But not neither here or there with that. He's with us. I mean, this was a freak. It doesn't happen very often. I don't think he can do it again. But at 3rd and 31, and you get a first down. Holy moly! I did not see that, bro. I would never bet anybody in a million years that we can get a first down on a 3rd and 31. Would you?
No,
Especially running the
and
ball?
yeah, he played great today. I liked him. I would have liked him to take away those carries from Coleman that went backwards.
You just don't
Or
like Coleman, bro.
I really don't like. I like Coleman in the passing downs
You don't like Coleman.
where he's able to be used as a passing back. He's a good pass catcher. I just don't like him in our running lanes. He just don't know how to hit those holes like those two can. I want us to bring. I do want us to bring Hasty up and because to see what he can do. You know, kind of get that other rotational guy in there. You know, but yeah, I think Nick got off to a shaky start. He fumbling the ball, just sitting down on it. He wasn't ready to go in there. I guess he thought that he wasn't gonna even come in that game because the way Jimmy was still performing with that ankle sprain. I didn't expect this to pull him.
Yeah, I'm not a Mullins fan, but the truth be told, it is difficult to come in and trying to just not miss a beat, especially when you have no reps in practice with the starters. You're throwing to the third and second and third stringers. It's it's difficult. But another player that I liked that performed very well was Jordan Reed, 2 touchdowns in the absence of George Kittle. Let's talk a little bit about Jordan Reed, brother.
Jordan Reed, he showed how he can be, his physicality in that game, like just his ability to mow over defenders and get into the end zone. It was really kind of the old Pro Bowl type Jordan Reed play that we needed. If I could take away anything from that just means that that's less Dwelly. I definitely want to see those Kittle and Thornton on the field at the same time more and see them both get opportunities.
Yeah. What's up, Larry? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Aloha, brother. Welcome. Remember, guys, to share the video. Share the video on your timeline. Share it on your Niner pages or groups that you're in. Make sure the administrator is okay with it, though. You don't want to piss them off. But if they're good with it, share the video, man. Yeah, man. So the positive side is I like the way Jordan Reed played. He's getting more confidence in the system. When George Kittle comes back, to have those 2 guys there are going to be good. And let's be honest, he didn't have a huge game, but I was impressed with Brandon Ayuk.
He had a couple of key catches there. Even KB kind of recovered from that easy touchdown catch, or he should have had. But I don't know if it would have went for a touchdown. It would have been a huge game, that's for sure. It was a good thrown ball by Jimmy. He just let it bobble through his hands. Then he came through and had a few catches there. So I mean, like I was saying with the consistency of KB, it's got to get better, especially with the thinness we have at receiver. Even with the adding of Sanu, he's gonna have to step up.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Michael O'Neill. I feel the same way. I have never felt so sick after a blowaway W. It's hard to enjoy the W, man.
It's one of those games where you win, but you felt like the other team won because of the takeaways of the game. But I mean, there was a lot more brighter spots even outside of those injuries than we had in the Arizona game. Their ability to our secondary to be able to shut down the pass quite a bit. That big 4th down stop to take the ball back from them. Mingo Mosley, he played well. Jamie Ward played well. Fred Warner, I didn't see a lot of missed tackles like I did, and we cleaned up the penalties. So.
Yeah, definitely did that. Actually, there were some positives. I mean, if it wasn't for the injuries, this would have been a great game. It would have been a great way of making a statement that we're back. But losing the players, the key players that we lost, man, it just kind of took that away. Real quick, I'm gonna make a note. I know people express their opinions on here, which is fine. But when you're talking highly about a player that plays for another team, honestly, I don't give a crap who they are, what they're doing, how successful they are. If they don't play for the red and gold, it's irrelevant. It really is. And if people bring these up because potentially we could have drafted that individual, we didn't. So it doesn't matter. King of Law is playing good. So if you're wondering why I don't bring up your comment, it's because I'm not going to entertain about a player playing good for another team. You know what I mean? I want to focus and talk about our team. I respect that that's your opinion, but yeah, I don't give a rat's ass about a player playing for another team and how good he is. If he ain't doing it for the red and gold, no me importa.
And look at how many times they throw the ball versus they're one dimensional. So I'll take our running game, a consistent running game with that. It'll take me a lot further.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm learning to read these comments before I just click on them, bro. I'm getting better at it. Read them. And if I like what it says, then I bring them up and we can comment on it. Like, let's see here. Donald says all this means is the next man up needs to make a name for themselves, take advantage of their opportunities. I agree with that, and you can't disagree with that, right?
No, I mean, that's what our players did. I mean, the next man came up and they showed up. I mean, but I think we may have seen the last of Solomon Thomas in a 49er jersey after today.
Oh,
Everybody we were looking forward to him having a good season and proving us wrong, but I think that's it for him.
Yeah, he did not make Justin the Cowboy proud by wearing that 94, man. Get that 94 off his back.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. But of course, everybody has to agree with me. Why wouldn't you? No, just kidding. Just kidding. Here, I just popped my big head. Let's see here. So looking forward on defense, Eric, I want to pick your brain a little bit. On defense, what do the Niners need to do to make up for the lack of pass rush that we're going to have? I know Eric Armstead needs to step up, but we're definitely going to have a lack of a pass rush. And I'm not talking about bringing anybody in. I'm talking about what we have right now on the roster. What does Robert Saleh have to do to adapt to try to make this team be able to compete and try to win some games, bro? I want your thoughts on that.
Well, we don't. I've seen other teams use their corners and linebackers a little bit more in blitz and schemes, and we seem to not use. Well, even our safeties, we seem to not use those in those schemes as much as those other teams do. So, that extra man pressure. I mean, there's going to be times where we want to revert back to our deep coverage or zone coverage, but we're going to have to. We may have to blitz somebody that we normally don't blitz on those passing downs. We're going to have to adjust. Like last year, I think Kwan Williams was one of the ones that kind of went in there and got he was one of the corners that we used to blitz with the most, I think, last year. He did get 4 forced fumbles. We just got to find ways to get pressure without having the guys that we're adjusted to. So
Yeah. And truth be told, when you have Nick Bosa, D Ford, Eric Armstead, and at the time was Debo, now Kinlaw, you really don't have to bring up blitz packages because you're able to penetrate and put pressure with their four in front. But now that we're lacking that type of firepower, Robert Saleh is going to have to get creative and maybe use K1. I love the way K1 Williams, when they use him to sack the quarterback, and I like how they utilize him to bring pressure. So maybe they can do more of that with him, and use him in the blitz formation. But you're right. Now that does expose your secondary a bit, though. But we have to be able to, and I understand that every team we play, depending on the offense we're playing, is going to dictate what we do on defense. But we are going to have to get creative. Now, do you feel comfortable that Robert Saleh is capable of being creative and utilizing the players that he has on the roster to kind of make up for those that he lost today?
Not so much. He's shown his lack of ability to kind of adapt and use what he has. I think he's been more consistent in sticking to something and just being like, I don't know, strong in what. Like, I think he game plans and sticks to it very closely to what he's going to do, and that really showed in the previous game we had, where he had opportunities to change how he was going to approach Kyler Murray and D-Hop, and there was no changes there that were made. I think, I mean, at that point, do you play man to man with somebody when they start beating you, picking away at the zone, or I don't know at that point, because if you can't get three guys in one area to stop somebody, then what do you think one person's going to be able to do?
Yeah, it's we're definitely going to have to wait and see what, like, we're playing the Giants next week. The Giants don't have that good of receiving or passing team. They going to have to pass the ball more now since they lost their leading pass rusher. I think we should be able to develop a couple of sneak, use K1, bring him in, trying to go after their quarterback. You know what I mean? We're going to have to apply pressure. Now, Fred Warner, we didn't talk about Fred Warner a little bit. I liked Fred Warner played good. K1 Alexander did not impress me at all again. Second week, this guy's just have not played to par. What is your personal thoughts on K1 Alexander, Eric?
He has a couple of plays where you're like, yes, glad you made that play, and then some plays he comes out and it's just like you're just shaking your head about. He's got to get consistent with his. He's got to get better consistency in his play. I don't think he's a terrible athlete by no means, no, but he's just got to. He's got to get better, and I think he will. Now, if I had to pick between the two linebackers to play, then obviously I'm going to pick Greenlaw over K1 all day long. But I just, and I mean, and some intangibles are really hard to replace for K1. Do I think our linebacker crew would be as great without him? Probably not. Just as he's kind of been that leader in that pack since he's come along. So he's been the voice. Whereas that, I think in the future, Fred Warner will take over that spot.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with Fort Warner as a leader. I'm comfortable with Drake Greenlaw back there. I am not a big fan right now of K1. Just he can definitely do better. He's not doing completely bad, but I am very comfortable with Kinlaw. This is why Nate preaches this, and a lot of people preach it about don't. I like practice, but you can't feed yourself too much based on what you hear out of practice or what you see in practice, because regardless of what you do, good or bad in practice, it doesn't always transcend to the field on game day. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but this person was talking so much negativity about Kinlaw. He was struggling against the second and third team guards and blah blah blah, and he might be a bust and this and that. And hey, I don't know about you, brother, but for what I've seen from Kinlaw these last two games, I have come out impressed, and he's only going to get better. So that's why you can't really. I mean, you can practice are okay to get timing down with the quarterback and receiver. Practices are good for that, but you can't read into practices based on how the players perform, because a lot of players, for some reason, they don't emphasize too much. They don't turn on their light in practice, but when the lights come on in a regular game, it's like they're a different person and they play better. What's your thoughts personally, Eric, on Javon Kinlaw these last two games he's played in?
He's been impressive. He's been a force. He was better this week than he was last week. Getting that pressure in. People may rate him just by his sacks, but I think his ability when he's gotten in and gotten like he's rushed to make him rush a lot of throws where a couple of them are thrown in the dirt. I've been really impressed. People talking about he needs to get better with his hands, and no, just there's some things he can work on, but just his ability to fight off of the defender and get to the play. I've been eating my words on some of those things because I was really worried about his ability to adapt as an interior lineman and being able to play at the next level.
Yeah. I've been reading some of these comments, bro, and like I said, I'm not gonna bring them all up, but somebody made a comment about that we only blitzed 22% last year, and they wonder why, and they kind of exclamated that because of Buckner. We didn't blitz because of Buckner, man. We didn't blitz because we have a strong front four with D Ford, Eric Armstead, Buckner, and Nick Bosa. Trust me, it's nothing to do with just Buckner. I'm not taking nothing away from Buckner. Great player, great day tackle, but we didn't need to blitz. We didn't. We were able to penetrate. We were able to get to the quarterback with just the front four. Why would you want to blitz? So now we're going to have to make adjustments and maybe blitz more, so our percentage will go up. But listen, if you're thinking our percentage goes up because the lack of Buckner, you are tripping. We were going to blitz more because of the lack of Bosa and D Ford on the sides, man. And we're just gonna. I still don't think Salah's gonna blitz a lot. I think Salah still is gonna try to penetrate with wherever he has at the edges, or he's gonna try to bring more pressure from the inside, Eric, and trying to put more pressure on DJ Jones. And now the Solomon Evans can come in the middle, and we can always. I don't know about what D Ford, but even if D Ford comes back, we can always move. We can always use Eric Armstead on the outside with D Ford, bring in DJ Jones in the middle with Kinlaw, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what the plan was. Is to put DJ back inside if D Ford's healthy, and have Armstead and D Ford put D Ford in Bosa's spot there. Keep Armstead on the outside. But I think if we do blitz with linebacker or DB, then we need to we need to push it towards Kinlaw and Armstead's side more or less. Seems like we get a lot more disruption there.
Yeah, I agree. And then real quick, Felix, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Appreciate you, brother. Kinlaw is doing good in time. I think he'll be a great player. Must give him time. You know, to give a player a fair assessment based on how good or not good he's going to be, I really believe you have to give a player at least a minimum of 3 years to really be able to get him a good thought on how good he'll be. You know what I mean? Would you stop moving left or right? I keep adjusting you to the middle, and every time I put you in the middle, you move to either the left or the right. Stay still, Mr. Ant Pants. Let me move you over again. Hold on. Hi, Eric. Hi, Eric.
Worse than my wife.
I gotta babysit this guy. Let me put him back in the middle. Let me move him back in the middle and watch in about 5 minutes. He's gonna be either too much to the left. This dude. But yeah, man. So I think Kinlaw's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. You know, are we gonna win the division? I don't know. We have to wait and see. We do play in a tough division. But this is where teams have to look deep inside through adversity and find out who they are as a team. Coaches are going to find out who they are, and we're going to find the true identity of the San Francisco 49ers in this turmoil. How do we do, and what can we do to adapt with the circumstances we're in, and how we can use this to our advantage to win games? So we're going to have to wait and see, man.
Yeah, I mean, going forward, the only thing we can do is work with what we have and try to bring up some of the players that we've put on the practice squad.
I'm going to take a picture of this real quick. Boston Hater actually agrees with me. Ooh-wee, I got to take a picture of this Snapchat right here, because I'm probably not going to see this for a long time. Boston Hater's probably saying, well, Mr. Niner Sickness, if you make more, stop making so many boneheaded statements, I'll agree with you more.
Go delete it, Nate.
Yeah. What's up, Ring Joy? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you, man. Let's see what his comment says. It says, we have injuries, next man up. Those faithful are crying and whining about injuries. We are doing good. Well, a lot of us, I don't think we're crying about I think we're concerned. Very concerned about the injuries. I don't know too much about crying. You know what I mean? But definitely concerned about losing Bosa. And we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on what Shanahan does during the week, bro. How much can he actually do, being that he's going to be in Virginia for the week, trying to prepare for the Giants? Well, I guess it's not really him. I guess John is the one that works the phones and tries to bring somebody in for help, right?
Yeah, that phone's probably already ringing some of these players out there after this game. It's like, hey, meet me up on Monday.
Yeah, can we start talking about Ziggy Ansah? I mean, I don't know. How much, I mean...
I don't want to talk about Ziggy.
Yeah, you bring someone like Ziggy Ansah. I mean, the dude didn't... He charged the Seahawks, which I don't... From that standpoint, I don't mind. $9 million to do what? Nothing in 1 year. Do you really want to give him $9 million for him to sit there and just wear pom-poms at the sideline? I can do that for free. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Ziggy. I think Ziggy's playing ability is behind him.
Do you have pom-poms by chance?
Me? Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I got them all colors. I got them in pink, too. It's my favorite color. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I don't think Deion Jordan's the answer either.
No. Oh, you know what, though? What about the
We
kid?
got
What about the
different
kid? Demetrius Moore, or I forgot the one that we had last year.
He was picked up by Seattle, I believe.
I hate Seattle, dude. I hate Seattle. Seattle picks everybody up. Boston hater wants Alex Smith back. Just kidding. No, we don't want Alex Smith.
He's still an upgrade from Nick Mullins.
Sure, I'll take Kaepernick.
Broken leg and everything.
What about Kaepernick?
No, he can keep kneeling.
Kaepernick's better than Alex Smith. Okay, no calls. That's probably someone trying to buy a jersey. I tell people I don't do jerseys on Sundays. It's football.
Yeah.
People don't listen. Martin Rodriguez, I don't think so. No Nintendo English. What's up, Mike Taylor? How you doing, sir? Let's see here. Ansah wasn't very good at his best. Yeah, and he's over. I mean, listen. If you think Mohamed Sanu is past his prime and can be, beneficial to the team, I think he can. But now Ziggy definitely is past his prime, and I just think he's not worth bringing in, man. I'd rather go with what we have on the roster than Ziggy, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. And why'd you have to say Kaepernick?
Kaepernick, he's a mobile quarterback. He's able to move. He hasn't played in a while. I understand. Alex Smith is coming off an injury. Kaepernick is available to come. Alex Smith isn't. And that's just to being realistic. You're not going to give picks for Alex Smith, bro.
No, he's lucky that he's able to walk.
Yeah, so that's one reason why I say Kaepernick. Because Kaepernick, you can call him up, sign him up, and there's no picks.
Is he gonna play defensive end or
who? Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: who do you feel more comfortable, Kaepernick, or do you feel more comfortable with Nick Mullins?
I'll take Nick Mullins over Kaepernick. He hadn't played in 3 years.
Wow.
And his first instinct is to run with the football. He does not look to make a play down the field, and you can tell that. If you think I'm wrong, you go look at it.
No argument. I mean, not only that, but Kaepernick does keep his eyes. I don't know if he's changed. I don't know if he has because he hasn't played. But one thing about Kaepernick, he got intercepted so much because that boy will just straight up stare at the receiver that he wants to throw to. Any corner can pick up on that and did and took advantage of it.
Our quarterbacks do that now. Like if you watch that play to Tevin Coleman that went down the middle, and it was thrown kind of between a linebacker and safety, just right in, but like he was staring them down the whole play.
Yeah, Scott says if Jimmy is out for 4 to 6 weeks, do we go with Mullins or bring in a quarterback? At this point, Scott, as much as it pains me to say this, we have to go with Mullins. Mullins knows the system pretty much very well, and is comfortable in the system. Can we play Mullins at home and then maybe bring another quarterback to play on the road? Because we know Mullins can win at home. He just can't do that on the road. Did you see Mullins covering his ears? His helmet, like he couldn't hear? I'm like, are you shitting me? There's no fans.
I think we'll still bring in somebody to work out because we like to have 3. Question is who.
Yeah. What scares me now that Beathard, CJ Beathard is in the wings. That's a very scary thought, guys. It's bad enough that we have Mullins on, playing, but now we have CJ Beathard on deck. Not so good.
Quarterback.
Huh?
I'd rather play Sanu at quarterback.
Yeah, Sanu did play quarterback. He can
actually throw the ball.
Yeah, really, huh? Yeah, I agree. They both are garbage, but unfortunately, the last time I checked, garbages don't throw touchdowns. So you need a player to do something. I don't know. Even hand off the ball. You know, I don't know. We'll see. Do you think?
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get ridiculed for this, but do you think by any chance Mullen surprises us next week? Be honest. Be honest. Don't be afraid of Nate. Do you think Mullins might surprise us next week?
If he doesn't have a good game, then he shouldn't.
No. Don't be going around it. Be direct. Do you think that Mullins can surprise us next week?
What do you mean by surprise?
Like have a good game.
He didn't even have a good game today.
No, well, he was just, but he was thrown into the Wolves. Come on. At least he'll have a week, to kind of know what his role is.
He will have a okay game.
And what do you consider an okay game? Besides the victory.
He is going to throw an interception.
Well, he did it today.
And he's going to throw another one.
So if you can get about 160, 200, no, I don't know, I'm pushing it with 200, but 160 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but we win, you okay with that?
I don't care what his stats are as long as we win. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for a minute there, I thought when he threw that interception, I thought for sure he was going to blow that 21-point lead that Jimmy gave him before he left. But our defense was able to step up. That real quick, that 4th and 1 that Fred Warner stopped. I'm telling you, Adam Gase, man, he was doing so much moving the ball around, but he decides to run down the middle twice, which I appreciate because Fred Warner, he saw that coming. He was able to break through the gap and make that stop. What a play by Warner, huh?
Yeah, Adam Gase played it, but he did a good job coaching the football team today.
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah. How many more games?
We're fortunate to have him this week.
Let me ask you something. For Jets fans, and we can't speak for Jets fans because we're not Jets fans, but for Jets fans, how bad are they going through with him? Do you think they're feeling what we felt at one point when we had who was the coaches we had for a year or two that were terrible?
Chip Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
I don't think he's as bad as Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly is by far worse, but then I don't see why they would sign. Here's my thing: you have a divisional opponent that you got to see how bad he was coaching there, and you just had to sign him to your team. Like after he just got fired, that's what kind of worried me. It's like that was really dumb. Then he looked completely lost in the interviews. Like, I think he was just a product of a good quarterback. Like, the only reason that he got made a coach somewhere is because of Peyton Manning.
Bring back Young. Well, you're going to know too far. Maybe Garcia, but Young? Yeah, no. Young isn't young anymore.
He can't take any more hits to the head.
Yeah, what's next? Let's bring Young and Jerry Rice.
I said call Brett Favre. He looked like he was in football shape.
Did you see him wearing that Tampa Bay ugly pewter T-shirt today? He went to the Tampa Bay game. I'm like, really?
Tom Brady fanboy.
Yeah, Brett Favre, man. People, we're not going to get away from this too far, but people think that Brett Favre is better than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is way better than Brett Favre by a slant side. I don't care what people say, but I can argue that point.
Brett Favre could not read a defense to save his life, but he improvised and threw the ball. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the people that think Favre is better than Rodgers are the same people that think that Michael Jordan is better than our boy with the Lakers, bro. LeBron James is way better than Michael Jordan.
We're not going to go there.
Oh, you don't think that?
It don't matter what I think.
True that. Amen to the. See, now you say you find it says something that was irrelevant, bro. I'm just messing with you. But come on, bro.
You can't argue with a Laker fan.
No. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying because I'm a Laker fan. He could have been non-Lakers. I still think Jordan is not better than LeBron, even if LeBron would have stayed with the Cavaliers. So it's not because I'm a Laker fan or he's with the Lakers. I mean, I'm glad that he is, but that's that's neither here or there. But I just think that LeBron is way better than freaking Jordan. Only thing I like about Jordan is his shoes. I can't afford them though.
I don't know, maybe. But let's get back on topic with the 49ers. Actually, a team we're talking about.
Oh, I got underneath your skin with that comment.
I don't like LeBron.
Oh, okay. Well, see, okay. Then you're being biased because you don't like him.
I don't like him. Period. Like.
Well, don't date him. Just acknowledge that he's good. You don't have to buy him flowers.
No.
You know what I mean?
I just know that if I get into MJ talk, that it's gonna last for about an hour. And
Dude, I am on a roll with Nathaniel today. Woo wee! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I am on a roll. Not these rolls, but a roll of agreement. Now, if Nathaniel agrees that LeBron is better than Jordan, man, I'm gonna shout from the top of my lungs.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
I know, right? This ain't a basketball show. This is a football show.
I'm gonna have LeBron call you. Far is better than certain things, but Rodgers has better deep balls. He has bigger balls than Far does. But we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. All right. Let's see. Nathaniel Julio agrees with. I'm telling you, I'm shocked, Martin. I'm shocked that he. Today's a good day. I mean, besides losing it's hard to say that because we lost all the players we lost, but Nathaniel made my day today, man. I'm a happy camper. I'm gonna go get my pom-poms, the pink ones. I'm gonna be like, give me an N, give me an A. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Oh, don't act like you don't sit there and give pom-poms to your wife. You're like, baby, I love you. And you have your pom-poms. Shut up.
I don't.
Okay, people in the comments, look at Eric on the video. Does he have pom-poms? Is he a cheerleader or not? I want to see the comments. Nay or yay on the pom-poms. I'm curious to see what the viewers think. Is Eman a rah-rah guy or no? The Cardinals are beating the freaking Giants. I mean beating the Redskins 20-0. Wow, Cardinals are pretty good.
Yeah, they're playing against a football team.
Yeah, I know, huh? Their defense is not bad though, but yeah,
there's some positives. But I mean,
anybody can beat the football team, right? What a name, dude! I swear.
Let's just face it, Dwayne Haskins is not their future.
Look at Lucky says yes. Martin says yay. Eric says yes. Eric is a cheerleader. Nathaniel says Eric Davis is a big time cheerleader.
Go to hell, right?
Look at Scott. Yay. Kathy says no comment. She's ain't she wonderful? No comment. But you know what she's trying to say in no comment, and she's saying I'm not going to say it out loud, but hell yeah, he is.
Nate, you need to go drink something.
Nate is drinking.
You're too agreeing with him today.
Anyway, we've been on here for an hour, bro. We're starting to bore people. We're rambling. We're rambling now. We're talking about pom-poms. So we're gonna shut it down and spare our viewers. We want to gain viewers, not lose viewers. So, with that said, bro, we're gonna call it a show. Listen, guys, it is what it is. We lost key players. It's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt. But the next man up, man. The next man up needs to step up. Robert Saleh is gonna have to coach better. Kyle Shanahan's gonna have to coach better. And we're going to see what happens against the Giants in moving forward. It looks dim. It does. But it's definitely not impossible. It does look dim, but not impossible. So, with that said, Eric, anything you have to say before we call it a show?
No. I definitely think we'll be touching up a little bit this week as far as I'd like to come on maybe midweek and kind of give an update of where we stand, getting ready for this next football game.
Okay. Well, everybody watching, welcome for watching. Remember, follow us. Support your boy Niner Sickness. Support us all. Follow us on YouTube. Go to YouTube. It doesn't take that much effort. Go to YouTube. Type in Niner Sickness Podcast. Like the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Go to Twitter. It doesn't take that much. Go to Twitter under Niner Sickness 49. Follow me on Twitter. And in Instagram, follow me on Instagram under Niner Sickness. So support your boy. Eric, always a pleasure having you on, brother. It's always fun talking with you football. It's always fun. Did you just talking smack? Open your eyes, better. You aren't trying. You know what, bro? I'm giving you props, and you're talking behind. See, that's what that's what a cheerleader does.
You didn't. You were praying.
I have allergies, bro. My eyes are kicking my butt.
I know.
Either that, I smoke me a nice joint, which I'm not gonna admit on live TV. So I'm gonna blame it on allergies. But anyway. You guys are amazing, man. Always a pleasure. Follow us. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Remember, we're going to go live tomorrow, full crew, at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Boston Hater, myself, E-Man, and Florida Mike will be coming more in depth, talking about today's win. And by tomorrow evening, we should have more updates on injuries. So, with that said, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you guys we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, brother. Always a pleasure.